you actually can
Yeah, I
if
can
you
switch
set it up the
really
right.
slow if I did really slow.
Well, no, what I mean by that is when I say switch slow, it's still got to be faster than that, but it's not going to be our normal one. But yeah, kind of. So smooth is fast. I keep saying that, but that's true. But I guess I want a lot of, um, you know, walk in a somewhat straight line, take an angle, continue walking forward. This almost all is going to be forward. There's not going to be much backwards. Okay, that did you see that? That was a huge step
Yeah.
when you stepped over. It's got to be tiny steps. Okay, stop rocking your left hand back and
Okay.
forth because I'm going to time that if I'm fighting you. Sit down a little bit more than what you are and slow down a little bit. There we go. Okay. I like what you're doing, except for that when you just backed out right there,
Okay.
it didn't you so you're staying in this slow sit down pace and then you just changed it when you did that. I want you to stay like that. Even when you back out,
Okay.
I want you to stay in that slow, small steps. It's too big of a step. That's too big of a step. Do what you're doing, just do it in smaller steps. Yep, move your head and your hands together when you're sliding back and forth. You've got to get your front foot back down. I feel like you're not letting both feet touch the ground and stay there.
Okay.
I don't want you on your heels. Stay up on your toes, but the weight should be even. You should also be able to kind of not quite square up, but certainly square up your stance more than you are. And there can be things you can do off of that. Slow down. It's got to be, I mean, you really need to slow the pace. But slide your head around, which should be easy to do going that slow and being that balanced. You should be able to move your head. See how you're leaving one foot up? You're doing that a lot.
Okay.
Like, especially when you move to the left or the right, you're leaving kind of one foot in the air. You got to get it up and back down. Okay, start throwing some punches. I don't want them fast. I want them very slow and methodical. Sit down more in your punches. Quit leaning forward. You got to change your levels. You can't stay down there like that. You got to come back up. Good. Oh, that was a bad turn. You had to know that was a bad turn.
Yeah, I felt it.
Put that hop off with your front leg. Stop doing that. Kind of seeing the same thing over and over again. Be more creative. See how you had to catch yourself there? You can't do that. Slow down. There's not enough going forward. There's too much of pulling out. When I tell you, stop for a second. When I tell you to throw slow, you still got to throw it the punch.
Okay.
It can't be an arm punch. You still got to turn your hips, still got to turn your foot. It's just do it slowly and get it right. Feet are too far apart. Steps are too big. You gotta stop leaning forward. That's why you're off balance. Because you're leaning forward. I haven't seen the Tyson thing once. It's a lot of backing out. This is supposed to be almost 100% forward. Slow down. I think you're forcing the switch a lot. That was a better move to your left. I like that. It was a lot smoother. There you go. Yeah, if you're going to back out, then punch as you're backing out. But you need to go to your left and your right more than what you're doing. Because it actually, when you take the small step, it looks good.
Okay.
Try and be squared up sometimes.
Okay.
Not completely square, but just more squared up than you are. It just, I think it's, when you're in that squared up stance, it's easier to go left or right because it's about foot placement. Quit dragging your foot. There you go. Did you feel the difference there? All right, let's do this. I want to try something. So I want you to just move left and right.
Okay.
Now, when I say that, hold on. When I say that, so start in the middle, move left or right, and then if you have to pivot just a little bit so that you can go the direction you want, you can do that. No, I don't even want you to punch.
Okay.
I just want you moving left and right. Just work on that because I think that's key. Careful, you didn't get your hips turned there. You got to push harder to get yourself over. Not faster, but harder. That was nice. I don't know what you call that, but that was nice. It's like you stepped over and pivoted at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I found something there. So keep doing what you're doing, but take some steps forward and backward too.
Okay.
Yep. Make sure that you're squaring up sometimes too.
Okay.
Be smooth. Don't switch just to be switching either. I feel like you're doing that. You're switching just to be switching. All right, now add some punches to what you're doing.
Okay.
Make sure you're still going left and right. I like that, but make sure you're still going left and right.
Okay.
Right now, you're just going forward and backwards. You're supposed to be going forward, backwards, side to side. Let's not lose our head movement either. Relax, breathe. That was ugly, that last combination, because you were leaning forward the whole time. nice. Very nice combination there. You really don't have to do that step forward where you stay there. That doesn't really help us.
You're saying this one or the one right here?
Just that when you step forward and you stay there, it doesn't really help anything. But bouncing that lead foot around. Stop leaning forward. Nice. You can tell when your balance is better because it's smoother. You got to watch some of those angles you're throwing at don't make sense though.
Okay.
I feel like you're throwing I think some of those punches you're throwing like across your body just because you're trying to go too fast. Slow down.
Okay.
Too big of a step. Go back to what you were doing.